You know, every once in a while, an all-star race gives us something bigger than $1 million headline, bigger than the winner, bigger than the fireworks. Sometimes it gives us a warning that a veteran everybody counted out might not be done yet. And at the exact same time, a rookie everybody said needed more time might have just figured this thing out. And I'm just going to say it straight. What Erik Jones and Connor Zilisch did at Dover this weekend, that wasn't just a nice little exhibition run. That may have completely changed the trajectory of 2 seasons, and maybe even changed how a lot of us look at the playoff picture moving forward. Because when you look past the final box score, when you actually dig into what happened at the Monster Mile, you start realizing this wasn't luck, this wasn't survival, this was a statement. And trust me, stick with me, because by the end of this story, we need to have a serious conversation about whether some teams NASCAR fans wrote off months ago are suddenly waking up at exactly the right time. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So here's the thing. When All-Star Sunday started, neither Erik Jones nor Connor Zilisch even had a guaranteed spot in the main event. Let that sink in. 2 drivers, one a veteran trying to claw his career momentum back, the other a rookie trying to prove he belongs, and both of them woke up knowing they could easily be spectators by the end of the afternoon. But Dover had other plans. Now Saturday, total opposite stories. Erik Jones came out in qualifying and looked sharp. 3-lap session, pit stop included, and Jones put that number 43 Toyota up third. That's exactly how you set yourself up for an All-Star day. Meanwhile, Connor Zilisch, absolute disaster. He loops that. No 88 Chevrolet coming onto pit road during qualifying, spins it, drops all the way to 27th. And if you're a rookie in that situation at Dover against this field, most guys mentally fold right there, but not Zilisch, not this kid. And I'm telling you right now, what happened next is why people inside the garage are suddenly paying attention. Because in an opening segment filled with absolute chaos, 2 separate 9-car pileups, cars getting torn up, drivers scrambling just to survive. Zilisch didn't survive. He attacked. He went from 27th to 11th. That's not luck. That's racecraft. That's confidence. That's a driver finally feeling like he belongs. And while that was happening, Erik Jones, despite starting up front, actually slid backward to 15th. And honestly, that's where a lot of teams panic, but Jones didn't. Legacy didn't. They stayed patient, made adjustments, stayed in the fight. And then stage 2 happened, and this is where everything changed. Zilisch climbs all the way to 5th. Jones moves to 6th. At that moment, both drivers knew we're in this, not just in the race, in the conversation, in position to transfer. And both of them punched their tickets into the All-Star main event. Now, if you're Trackhouse, if you're Legacy, if you're a fan of either team, that alone was huge. But what happened next? That's where this story gets serious. Because once the final segment started, these guys didn't fade. They didn't just make the show. They went after the heavy hitters. Connor Zilisch, the rookie, actually passed Tyler Reddick for second place, at Dover, against Cup stars, against playoff caliber teams, against guys who've been doing this for years. And if you're sitting there saying, well, it's just an exhibition, I hear you, but I don't buy it. Because speed is speed, confidence is confidence. And contenders don't magically appear in the top 2 by accident. Meanwhile, Erik Jones quietly slides into 4th, right there with him. And suddenly you've got Jones and Zilisch running with the Gibbs cars, running with the elite, running like they belong. Then, boom, classic NASCAR. Pit road penalty on the number 88. Interference call. Zilisch gets sent to the back. And right there, a lot of rookies unravel. But Connor Zilisch? Nope. He drives all the way back to 5th. That might be the most impressive part of this whole story. Because adversity tells you who's real. And that kid looked real. Very real. And Erik Jones, he finishes 3rd. Best finish he's had in forever. In fact, Jones hasn't had a top 5 in any event since Darlington last September. Think about that. Months of frustration, months of questions, months of people wondering if Legacy was going anywhere. And now, at Dover, Jones puts that car on the podium. And here's why that matters. Because next up is Charlotte, the Coca-Cola 600, The regular season resumes, and Jones is sitting 25th in points. Connor Zilisch, 32nd. These are comfortable playoff positions. These are danger zone positions. These are something has to change right now positions. And suddenly, maybe something did. But I want to go one step deeper here, because this isn't just about two feel-good stories. This raises a bigger NASCAR question. Are some teams finally figuring out this package, or has NASCAR's competitive balance become so unpredictable that teams can look lost one week and suddenly run top 5 the next? I'm just going to say it straight. Consistency across this garage feels all over the place right now. And if Trackhouse's rookie program is finally clicking, and if Erik Jones and Legacy have actually found something, then a whole bunch of playoff bubble drivers better start paying attention. Because momentum in this sport, it changes everything. One strong weekend becomes two. Two becomes a win. A win becomes a playoff spot. And suddenly the guys everybody ignored in May are the same guys ruining championship hopes in September. That's how fast it happens in NASCAR. So now I want to hear from you, and this is the big question. Which Dover run was more impressive? Erik Jones finishing 3rd and possibly reviving Legacy Motor Club, or Connor Zilisch charging from 27th, overcoming a pit road penalty, and proving he may already be playoff-level talent? Drop your take in the comments, because this one is going to split NASCAR fans right down the middle. And if you love real NASCAR breakdowns, bold opinions, and fan-to-fan coverage every single week, make sure you like the video, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and I'll catch you in the next one.